we showed off our vehicles, the Outrunner, the Technical, and we showed off a new monowheel that was called the Cyclone. We also put a big emphasis on like our gameplay in regard to the kinetic movement and action and mantling and sliding and things like that, just to make it feel that much better. So today we actually got a lot of questions in regard to a handful of things. So we're gonna actually piggyback off of these things that we've already talked about and dive into a few more things, such as our social features, some of our returning customization, and a third planet, Eden 6, and Mose, our gunner character. All right. So from the start, like, Borderlands has always been a cooperative experience, so we've always focused on that. Now, the single player is important, but at the same time, we also want people to be able to play the game how they see fit on their own terms. So this is kind of a cool thing that we've done here. This is sort of a soft opening. Right here, you're gonna see a vending machine, which you'll be familiar with. One of the cool things, though, is this gun here is from one of my friend's games, right? But I'm not in with him. He sold this gun back, and now it appears in my game. What we're trying to do is reinforce some more social scene in the game, even if you're just playing single player. There's a lot of features like that in there. Here's another one that we're kind of trying to softly nudge that. So you've seen the bounty boards and stuff from before, but these are kind of different. So these are particular hunts. These are actually dynamic missions. This is a character, the Unstoppable, that one of our friends have seen in his game. Now in my game, it dynamically creates this in here. So now I have the option to go in here and do this. So as you can see right here, we're looking at our friends here. We're inviting them to come into this hunt with us, right? So you can kind of see the loadouts and some of the other things that the characters use to find them. All right, so we jumped into the game. We cheated a little bit. We just wanted to remind people about our split screen. So couch co-op is absolutely an option. It's alive and well, as you see it running here too. So again, on your own terms, single player, co-op, couch, and online multiplayer. So right here, you see we're fighting the Unstoppable. Mose jump into Iron Bear. We'll get into more of that in a minute. Again, you see some of the skills. All right, so the Unstoppable was indeed stoppable. So obviously it's Borderlands. You're gonna get some cool loot from that, right? So here we have some epic gear that we dropped, right? So we're gonna go ahead and take that. All right, well, we took it. Zane didn't get it. He's pissed off, he left. All right. Cool thing is now, you can actually, gear that you get, you can actually mail to your friends. So if they missed out on something and all that, and the one thing that's kind of cool is that scales to them too, to what level they are and all of that. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about customization as well. And again, these are a lot of questions that we got from the community and press and stuff, so we want to talk about it some. Just like in the past, like everything you're seeing here, these are all things that are inside of the game. We tried to create as many variables and options and all those things to represent different moods, personalities, play styles, and all that. So we try to get cool stuff, silly stuff, everything kind of in between there. Old Iron Bear. All right, we got skins. The skins are a little more dramatic. They're a little more dynamic this time. Some of them actually animate. They got painters and stuff on them. It's pretty nice. So right here, you can actually change every skin's color here. Primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. So in Borderlands 2, you had to kind of hunt for a particular color, and this one you can actually customize it to your own desire. We got emotes, so you can show some love to your buddies. All right, this is cool. So these are weapon trinkets. So you can actually, you have slots in your inventory to equip these to your guns. Just a little bit extra customization. And now we can actually take, of any of the billions of guns, you can actually apply weapon skins to these throughout the game and make them the way you want to. All right, so real quick, we're gonna talk a little bit about and formally introduce you to Eden 6. So Eden 6 is actually a planet surrounded by a large gas giant. So this is in stark contrast to Pandora, really. From the dry, like, arid desert of that, we wanted to create something that was more bog, swamp, a little thick, a little icky, a little Louisiana. So sorry, if you're from there, I mean that lovingly, by the way. Yeah, we're right by there, man. We're in Texas, so got some familiar faces you'll see there. You can kind of see this like shanty, like shacks, a little bit of a voodoo influence and stuff through here. These are saurians. These are some new dinosaur-style creatures that you'll find here. So right, you're seeing here is a little bit of the interior of the Jacobs mansion. So Jacobs actually started outside of Eden 6. So in this, you get to explore a little bit of their history, their lineage, how the guns became the way they did. This is a jabber. Just again, each of the planets and the places that you're going to visit have unique elements and enemies that only reside there. Variety was super important for this. Like, we're showing you little snippets of different pieces of it, you know, from derelict spacecraft that the critters and then the nature has sort of taken over, to other habitats for smarter enemies. Again, you see the jabber with the, you know, all the customizable, or not customizable, excuse me, but all the variants and things of the different enemies throughout the game. So that's a little bit talking into Eden. We're gonna kind of use that as a backdrop here to speak to a few other things here, because we're gonna talk about Mose now. So Mose is our third character, our gunner class. So one of the things that's really cool about her is the Iron Bear. So basically all of her action skills and things revolve around this guy. So this game we have multiple action skills, unlike the previous Borderlands games, right? For Iron Bear, it's actually pretty unique. He has 2 hard points in there. So we're gonna talk about the first skill tree here. It's called Demolition Woman. So this one is really about explosives, making things blow up and like enhancing all of those kind of things, right? So you've got a grenade launcher, and you actually got this rocket pod like missile salvo launcher with this particular tree, right? So one of the things that's really cool though is you can equip 2 different hard points. You can do the same or whatever, but one thing that's really cool is in this, you can actually augment these things. So on top of each of them, you can actually change the abilities and make them do different things, such as right here. You can see right here, we're going to enhance this one with the AUG to equip it in there to make sure that you do more direct hit damage. Again, there's a lot of customization in all this here, so you can kind of build the character as you want. We'll kind of show a little bit of it in action. Again, you see Eden as the backdrop, what we've been talking about. Grenade launcher. That little clicking you're hearing is one of the augments that allows you to lock onto multiple targets in here. And again, what's kind of cool about this video is just seeing from Amara's space grasp and from the operative's clone, just like the way that the kinetic way that all these things feed into each other. All right, so now we're going to talk about the Shield of Retribution. This is kind of, this skill tree is a little bit more about a risk and reward, like kind of putting yourself on the line here. So this one, the hard points that come with this one are a railgun for more kind of pinpoint accuracy. And then you get this Iron Fist, which is pretty sick because you can actually augment that thing to like swing out, grab enemies, and bring them in closer to you. So again, there's a lot of variables here in how you can build stuff. So right now we're gonna look at some of the augments here too. So you can do things like cause shock chains from this. You can have shots that actually explode upon contact. We'll show you a little bit of how that works right here. That's right here. You can see how it has just a projected shield in front of her. Over here, there's a little loop tink running. That guy's got a lot of good stuff, so you want to go punch the crap out of him. Yeah. That thing's pretty fun. You can put 2 of them in your hands too, so you kind of see how the link might chain to other enemies. I actually think it's a funny build to use 2 of the things and just rock 'em, sock 'em, robot everything. Yeah. All right, so now we'll talk about her third tree, the bottomless mags. This one's really just about shooting, a lot of shooting, more shooting. You get the idea. So you got a chain gun, it's pretty self-explanatory. And then on the other side, you get a flamethrower on this one. All right, so one of the things that's cool is you can actually augment as the gun starts to overheat, it does more damage. So, and one of the things about this is not reloading and just shooting and shooting and shooting. And this is a good opportunity to say, like everything we just showed and talked about, you don't have to keep these hard points. You can mix and match, you can use 2 of the same thing, you can grab whatever from wherever, and you can kind of build your Mose how you would like to. It's just another of the variety and the options that we give you. So you can see a little bit of it here. See this tyrant coming out? Now this is sick. So like, there's an augment called Daka Bear where you can actually mount your buddy's Iron Bear and fire from the back of it. Again, from the cooperative experience, just the different ways we want you guys to be able to, you know, try different builds and different things. All right, so basically right here, we showed you guys some new social features. We talked about just a little bit of the customization inside of the game, tour of Eden 6, and